Because ultimately, from a brand perspective, we pride ourselves on having differentiated assets and 100% uptime. So reliability becomes hugely important for us. So MDL has originally started off in the fishing industry and then migrated into the oil and gas industry. So as the business grows, the complexity of our projects grows. So using a system or a CMMS system like Eptura, that allows us to keep control of the assets and know and plan and understand the costs associated with maintaining them.
In recent years, maybe 8 years ago or so, MDL positioned itself to manufacture equipment for itself to do rental as well. So that kind of bridged the company almost into two organisations, a rental company and a manufacturing company.
So our equipment goes on the back of vessels, and predominantly those vessels are expensive, and our equipment forms part of a spread, if you like. So if the equipment isn't working, the vessel generally isn't working. So that has huge financial impact to our clients.
So when I think of asset management, broken into similar numbers of tensioners, reel drive systems, horizontal lay systems.
We have well over 300 assets within the CMMS system just now, so that's tens of millions of pounds of equipment. So it is a large equipment base that we're using the CMMS to manage.
So we can design, engineer, manufacture, test, assemble, commission before it goes off to a customer's project. Again, we're really pleased to be completely self-contained now in one facility that can do everything end to end. The ability to be able to understand the serviceability of all those was becoming to a point where we obviously needed a different way of working from what we have done before.
The CMMS or Eptura's system has allowed us to understand holistically all of our assets and have visibility on all the work that needs to be done.
If I want to know how many work orders are open for all our equipment, I can go to one dashboard and it's all there, and it'll tell me how many work orders there are, and then I can start to dig down deeper to actually go to each bit of equipment and get quite a good summary of these are the high level activities that need to be done in this machine, or these are faults that have been reported by the guys offshore on this machine.
So having a computerized maintenance system is now making sure that we're efficient with our maintenance, we're doing it at the right time. For example, when an asset comes back onshore, we're able to know what has to be done and how long it's going to take. So it's allowing us to plan, and then it allows us to define exactly what we need to do, and then it allows us to make sure we have the right amount of time to get the asset back to work.
I imagine for the guys on the job, maybe saving 50% of their reporting time by doing it through the CMMS versus maybe doing it the old way. I mean, the fact they've got iPads offshore with them to actually access the system and be able to take photos with it and instantly add it to the report that they're doing, that's kind of where the efficiencies come in.
Okay, so when we spoke earlier on about equipment assurance and the different branches there are that provide us the confidence that when we go to put an asset to a client's vessel, it's serviceable and we can recover from any situation should an unexpected event occur. Well, that confidence is born from the fact that our inventory is controlled here, and we can quite easily go to the CMMS and understand where all our required spares are. We can demonstrate it. It's that word demonstrable again, rather relying on confidence. The data is accessible to us within a system to evidence that we have the exact components, the exact number of components, and builds confidence in our ability to deliver. Similarly, if it's a new build project that we are undertaking, then we're not relying on somebody remembering that they've actually got the parts. We can actually demonstrate it here on the system and then prove it in reality on these shelves, which are obviously got dedicated storemen who are obviously looking after it, and make sure that the data is entered in our systems to, again, give us that accurate reflection between the system and what's happening in reality. The criticality of everything working is paramount. So the projects of installing and recovering these type of products can be worth hundreds of millions of pounds in years of planning to get to that one point where maybe a 48-hour operation will deploy a product that has had hundreds of millions of pounds of investment to get to that point. So from us, putting assets on the back deck, quality and reliability is everything. So the ability to have reports coming in through the CMMS, to have real-time telemetry from the HMIs that are in the control vans on the systems offshore, and the cameras, that all of that data coming in to basically sitting in a control room and being able to see live operations on the back deck, the data coming from the HMI, the reports that have came from the CMMS, you have the full picture.
From our perspective, we've definitely learned a lot and we're seeing the benefits already. I think one of the biggest challenges is reining in our ambitions now, because we're seeing the benefits quickly and now more and more people want to help automate the process.
The CMMS is a necessary tool if you want to scale. Since implementing Eptura, I think the biggest value that I would recognise is that I can say with confidence I can understand and demonstrate the serviceability of the global fleet.
One of the real reasons we went for Eptura is the fact that Eptura is considerably more advanced in life cycle as a system, as a CMMS system, than MDL is today. So we're able to adopt a more robust tool, which is helping us develop faster. So as MDL continues to grow, I think having a well-established and developed tool is going to help encourage us and make the growth pattern far more efficient for us. A lot of time and effort has gone into the tool. We've had phenomenal support. We do have assets going to be based more and more geographically in different locations, which to us will present new challenges. The challenges never go away in the project portfolio that we deal with. So from our perspective, having a tool like this is only going to help MDL become more efficient at what we do and keep on top of the complex assets that continue to service the oil and gas and renewables industries.